dear students. Today we will learn about the most important national health program, that is National AIDS Control Program. So firstly we will learn about the HIV AIDS. So the whole world can be celebrate the 1st December as a World AIDS Day. Now, the definition of the AIDS. The AIDS is the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is a fatal illness caused by the retrovirus known as the human immunodeficiency virus. We can say that the AIDS can be caused by the HIV virus, which break down the body immune system, leaving the victim vulnerable to a host of life-threatening opportunistic infection, neurological disorder, or unusual malignancy. We can say that the HIV virus can be break down the body immune systems. It can be also lead to the life-threatening opportunistic infection, neurological disorder, and also the unusual malignancy is known as the AIDS. Now the alphabetically means of the AIDS. AIDS stand for acquired immunodeficiency syndromes. A stands for acquired, means not inherited. I stands for immune system, means it weaken the immune system. D stand for deficiency, means the AIDS create a deficiency of CD4 cell in a immune system. And S stand for a syndrome, means it is a group of illness taking a place at the same time, means it is the alphabetically means of AIDS. Now the HIV. HIV means the human immunodeficiency virus. H stands for human beings, means it infect only the human beings. I stands for immunodeficiency, means it is the immunodeficiency virus which can weak the immune system and also increase the risk of the infection. V stand for a virus that attack the body. We can say that the HIV is the virus which can infect the human body and it can lead to weak the immune system, which can cause the increase the risk of the infection. Now the transmission of the HIV. How the HIV can be transmitted? The HIV is transmitted by a direct contact with the infected blood. If the person have a HIV, so we can come in a contact with infected person's blood, so it can be transmitted through the infected person. Now second one is a sexual contact, the direct contact with the semen or the cervical secretion. HIV infected mother to the infant during the pregnancy, delivery, and the breastfeeding. So these are the mode of the transmission of HIV. First one is a direct contact with the infected blood. Second one is a sexual contact, even the direct contact with the semen and the cervical secretion. And third one is if the mother have a HIV, so it can be transmitted to their infant during the pregnancy, during the delivery, and also due to the breastfeeding. Now the stage of the HIV. Stage 1 is also called as a primary stage. In this stage, the short flu-like illness occur 1 to 6 weeks after the infection. If you get the infection, so after 1 to 6 weeks, the flu-like symptoms will be occur. No symptoms at all. Another symptoms will not be occur in this stage. An infected person can infect the other people. If the person get the infection, so that in this stage it can be easily infect the other people. Now second stage is also called as a asymptomatic stage. It is a last for an average of 10 years. The time duration for asymptomatic stage is average 10 years. This stage is free from symptoms. We can say that there are no any type of symptoms can be occurred in this stage, but there may be a swollen glands. The HIV, the level of the HIV in the blood drop to a very low level. The HIV antibodies are detectable in the blood. If we are doing the test for HIV, so that HIV antibodies can be detectable. So it is a asymptomatic phase. Now third stage is a symptomatic stage. The symptoms are mild. The immune system deteriorate, means the immune system of the body are weak. The emergence of the opportunistic infection and the cancer. So the deterioration of the immune systems can be lead to the emergence of the opportunistic infection and also cause the cancers. And now fourth stage is the HIV can transmit it to the AIDS. The immune system weaken, means the system whole body's immune system are weak and the illness become more severe, leading to an AIDS diagnosis. So it is the fourth stage. Now the sign and symptoms of the HIV or AIDS. The major signs: the weight loss, means greater than 10% of the body weight, chronic diarrhea for more than 1 month, prolonged fever for more than 1 month, and the minor signs are persistent cough for more than 1 month, generalized dermatitis, history of the herpes zoster, oropharyngeal candidiasis, chronic progressive or disseminated herpes simplex infection, and generalized lymphadenopathy, means the inflammation of the lymph node. So these are the minor signs. Now the blood detection tests. Blood detection tests include the ELISA test, means enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, or the EIA test, means the enzyme immunoassay. Then RIP test, means the radio immunoprecipitation assay, and IFA test means the indirect fluorescent antibody assay. PCR test, polymerase chain reaction. Then the Western blot conformity test. So these are the blood detection tests for the HIV AIDS. Now the urine testing. In the urine testing, it can be included the urine Western blot test. As sensitive as testing the blood, it is a safe way to screen for HIV and can cause the false positive in certain people at a high risk for the HIV. So it is the urine testing, which can be include the urine Western blot test. Now the treatment. The treatment of the HIV/AIDS include the antiretroviral drug. Second one is the nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor, include the zidovudine. Non-nucleoside transcriptase inhibitor include the nevirapine, and the protease inhibitor include the ritonavir. So these are the treatment for the HIV/AIDS. Now we can move to the National AIDS Control Program. The National AIDS Control Program was launched in the year 1987. In 1992, the Ministry of the Health and Family Welfare set up the National AIDS Control Organization is established. We can say is that the NACO is established in year 1992. Now the goal of the National AIDS Control Program was 80% coverage of the high risk group, 90% coverage of the school and colleges by education, then 80% awareness among the rural population, reduction of the transmission through the blood to less than 1%, establishment of at least one voluntary testing counseling center for every district, reduction of the mother to the child transmission, achieving the zero level increase of the HIV/AIDS new infection by the year 2007. So these are the goal of the National AIDS Control Program. Now the phase. The National AIDS Control Program has moved through the phases. The phase 1 it started from 1987 to 1999, phase 2 from 1999 to 2006, and the phase 3 from 2006 to going on. So the phase 1 include the surveillance activity were launched in 55 cities in a 3 state. The National AIDS Control Organization was set up to carry out the program activity. The achievement were creation of awareness, establishment of the state level structure for program implementation, and the blood safety. We can say that the phase 1 include the most important 3 activities, that is the surveillance activities, second one is the achievement or the creation of the awareness, and third one is the establishment of the state level structure for the program implementation and the blood safety. Now the phase second include the National AIDS Control Program become the 100% centrally sponsored scheme. It is the focus on the centrally sponsored scheme of the National AIDS Control Program. And now the focus was shifted from raising the awareness to the changing behavior among the high risk group, means those who are in a high risk group, so we have to change their behavior. Decentralization of services delivery to the state to protect the human right by encouraging the voluntary counseling and discouraging the mandatory testing, to support the operational research and to encourage the management reform. Now the milestone. In 1986, first case of the AIDS was detected, so the AIDS task force was made. In 1990, the medium term plan was made. In 1992, the National AIDS Control Program first and focus on the National AIDS Control Board and the National AIDS Control Organization. In 1999, the National AIDS Control Program second phase focus on the State AIDS Control Society. Then in 2002, National AIDS Control Program focus on NBP. In 2004, it will be focused on antiretroviral therapy, and in 2007, National AIDS Control Program phase 3rd. So these are the milestone of the National AIDS Control Program. Now the objective. Main objective are to reduce the spread of the infection in India and to reduce the morbidity and mortality associated with the AIDS, to strengthen the India's capacity to respond to the HIV/AIDS on long-term basis. So these are the main two objectives, to reduce the spread of the infection, also to reduce the morbidity and mortality due to the AIDS, and also to strengthen the India's capacity to respond the HIV/AIDS. So these are the objectives. Now the National AIDS Control Program phases. So the strategies in detail: the prevention and care, support and treatment. Prevention are provided to those who are at a high risk and those who are at a low risk. The prevention are provided to those who are at a high risk population, so we have to target the intervention, sexual transmitted disease treatment, and it can be include the PPP, means the public private partnership. While the prevention can be provided to low risk population, it can be include the holistic care, information, education and communication, also include the social mobilization, safe population, AIDS vaccine initiative. While those people who are living with the HIV/AIDS, we have to provide the first line and second line ART community care centers, and those who have HIV with the opportunistic infection, so we have to provide the coordination treatment for the opportunistic infection. So these are the strategies about the National AIDS Control Program. Now, the National AIDS Prevention and Control Policy. In April 2002, the Government of India approved the National AIDS Prevention and Control Policy. The objective include the reduction of the impact of epidemic and to bring about the zero transmission rate by the AIDS by year 2007. The main two objective is to reduce the epidemic and also to reduce the transmission rate up to the 2007. Now the program components are blood safety, counseling and HIV testing, sexual transmitted disease control program, condom promotion, HIV surveillance, target intervention, school AIDS education program, information, education, communication and social mobilization, family health awareness campaign, prevention of mother to child transmission and the antiretroviral treatment. So these are the component of the program. First one is blood safety. It includes the blood transfusion council, phasing out the professional blood donation, licensing of the blood bank, national blood safety policy, zonal testing center linkage, HIV reference center and HIV testing kits. Now the counseling and the HIV testing. Counseling, the pre-test, post-test. Testing, voluntary counseling is the range of the intervention in HIV prevention. Establishment of voluntary counseling and treatment center. There are located in a medical college, district hospital, civil hospital, primary health center, community health center, villages hospital. So we have to establish the voluntary counseling and testing center for HIV. Now the sexual transmitted disease control. This is recognized as one of the major strategies to control the HIV because sexual transmitted infection act as a cofactor for HIV transmission. HIV is transmitted easily in the presence of another sexual transmitted infection. Promoting the information, education and communication activity for the control of the STI. The STD control program has been in operation in India since 1946. The program is based on the diagnosis and treatment of the STDs. Now the HIV surveillance. In the year 1985, the Indian Council of Medical Research started the screening of blood from the high-risk group at the National Institute of Virology at the Pune and the Christian Medical College at the Vellore to determine the HIV was present in India, as the first case of HIV was diagnosed in 1986 at the Chennai. So we can say is that it is the surveillance for the HIV. So the screening can be done to the two main institutes, that is the National Institute of Virology at Pune and the Christian Medical College at the Vellore, which will help to determine the HIV was present in India. Now it includes the HIV sentinel surveillance, HIV sero surveillance, HIV AIDS case surveillance, sexual transmitted disease surveillance, behavioral surveillance, integration with the surveillance of other diseases. Now the prevention of the HIV transmission from mother to child. The project using the nevirapine single dose to the mother and child has been started from the 1st October 2001 at the 11 Central Maharashtra, 5 in Chennai, 3 in Bangalore, 1 Hyderabad and 1 Imphal. We can say that it is a project which can be started. So we have to given the nevirapine single dose, which will be help to prevent the transmission of HIV from mother to the child. Now the antiretroviral treatment. It is the new initiative The ART at the government hospital, it is free of the cost for the HIV cases in a 6 high prevalence state: Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Manipur and Nagaland. The priority categories are pregnant HIV women, children up to the 15 year and full blown AIDS case. We can say that the ART, it is the new initiative and it can be started at the government hospital, and which can be provide the free of cost treatment to the HIV patient. And the major priority are included pregnant HIV women, children up to the 15 year and also the AIDS cases. Now the government hospital providing the free treatment are Sir JJ Hospital, Mumbai, Maharashtra, Institute of Thoracic Medicine and the Chest Disease, Thembaram, Chennai, Regional Institute of Medical Science, Imphal, Manipal, Bangalore Medical College Hospital, Bangalore, Karnataka, Osmania Medical College Hospital, Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh, Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, New Delhi, and LNJP Hospital, New Delhi. Now the National AIDS Telephone Helpline. A toll-free National AIDS Telephone Helpline has been set up to provide access to the information and counseling on HIV/AIDS related issue. And this is the computerized 4-digit number 1097 with the telephone helpline. So it is the number 1097, which is the toll-free number, can be provide the information and also can be counsel the HIV/AIDS patient. Now thank you to all. It is all about the National AIDS Control Program.